All right, very strange. Let's add a new one here. All right, Mr. Sullivan.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now, and we are live. We are recording. And
I hear you.
do you see us live on YouTube right now? Oh, and I'm trying to get Facebook back up.
Where is my?
All right, we are just about there, folks. If you're hearing this, if you're seeing this, we are. Let me get that Facebook key in.
I still can't hear you. Hold on.
The door's open. The door is open.
All right. Hold on for one more moment, please. And can you hear us now there, Mr. Sullivan? All right. Looks like we are live. Let's kick this off. Oh. Nope, I'm not seeing it there. I think we're live on. No, wait, hold on here. It does not say streaming. And
I still can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna join via phone audio just so I can hear, so I can, and I'll figure this out later.
All right. Okay. So, folks, not sure if you're seeing this on the stream. We're having some definite streaming difficulties here. Trying to get this up on Facebook. looks like we are potentially streaming in a couple of other areas on X and on YouTube right now. So if you're watching us there, we'll be right with you, just trying to make sure that everything is live for everyone. And those look good. Yeah, Facebook is blocking it. So let's delete that. And let's delete that.
Do you know where the phone audio setting is where I can get that number? Or could you text it to me if you see it? I'm looking for it right now.
I'm not sure, but I do hear you fine. Hold on for 1 second. Start streaming there. And I'll be right there with you there, Michael. All right. So I don't believe we're going to hit Facebook today, but I just got to close this in a moment and know that we're all live, and then we can kick it off. And I'll get you in. So the number should be under I believe it's under menu, but I don't know that you're hearing that, my friend. Okay. And Stephen, can you help Mike with that number he's looking for?
What number is he looking for?
The dial-in number.
Well, I've never called it, so how am I going to find it?
All right, here. Let's do this.
Is it on Facebook as well?
Well, this is saying not streaming for whatever reason. So let me close this for a minute. How about now? Can you hear us now? Mr. Sullivan.
I can hear you now. Now I just got to get my background to apply, but we can just get going.
Okay. So I'm having some trouble with the stream anyways on all of them. I was trying to get, I had Facebook up live yesterday. Don't have it today. Can you take a look at YouTube? I really want to kick this off. Do you see it live on YouTube?
Right. I'm going there right now.
Okay. I just want to verify, then we'll kick this off.
Yep.
Folks, if you're seeing this, bear with us. We're almost there. We've been doing pretty well with the stream, but we've had, today we're having some challenges.
Also, I'm checking in from Aruba, so I probably caused half this problem.
I don't know that that's the case. I think we were having the problem before you checked in from Aruba.
I was just going to take the blame anyway.
I appreciate it. No, I think it's on my end.
It's all good.
But I'm not seeing the live on X, which is where it should be. And I'm not seeing, I know it's not on Facebook because that kicked back for some reason.
Okay. Switch account.
So I'm going to add in.
It's on YouTube.
It is on YouTube.
Yes.
All right. Well, folks, we are definitely having a little challenge here. You're catching us on YouTube, having a little challenge with the stream, trying to make sure everybody gets up and everybody can see this live. Let me just check one more thing, and we're just going to kick this off. Wherever it is, it is. And that's that. So it is attempting to go over to x.com now, and then we'll have to play in for Facebook another day. Unfortunately, we'll put a post on there. So yesterday was quite interesting, and Mike, you couldn't be here because you were in a plane heading down to Aruba.
And yeah, I tried. It just was awful.
That's all right. We never even saw you, so we didn't know whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. But your internet seems to be pretty strong right now. You know, Steven seems to be a little weak because he's sort of going in and out like a ghost. But
That's because I'm in a room that's very sunny, which I will be changing rooms after this weekend, and it won't have that effect anymore.
all right. Well,
I just thought you were very spiritual and very enlightened.
Bless you, my son.
and transparent in a good way, right?
Absolutely, in a great way.
Yes.
It's the aura, Don. It's the aura that he brings.
That's what it is. It's the Stephen Moynihan aura. All right. So I don't know about you, Mike. Did you have a chance to do any trading yesterday?
I did this morning, not yesterday.
All right.
Yesterday I didn't because I was petrified that I would get into something and be unable to set my stop loss before I lost internet for hours.
Yes.
And I've learned that lesson the hard way. So I don't do that anymore. But I got in a couple nice Euro USDs this morning.
Excellent. Good.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. I did a gold trade last night, and I was watching it. I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff. I was still at my desk working until after 1 o'clock this morning. But as I'm going through, I was in a trade, and I'm like, I don't know. And I had my stop loss set, right? I believed it was going to continue to go up, and it was edging down, and I'm like, I don't know if I should get out of this. I was pretty confident in my looking at what the market said. And it was something that Donnie had called as well. And I'm like, I've got my stop loss is set fine. It was below the 200. I thought it was good. And eventually I went to bed. I let it. I said, whatever happens, happens. I woke up this morning and I hit my stop loss. So wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I was prepared for that. So now I'm looking at. I haven't even had a chance to chart anything yet this morning. So I was going to be doing some stuff in probably GJ, Euro USD, and some of the other stuff as well. So.
So since I've done what I've changed, it's not changed, but what I've been more religious about is I will go in on Euro. I'm sticking on Euro USD that I'm trading live. I'm doing gold, oil, and potentially one of the indices. Typically NAS. I will do US 30 if I see it's the right opportunity. But typically those four I'm doing paper for like the next week or two. But on Euro USD, I am 10 out of 12 in my last 12 trades over this entire week. And the reason being is I go in and immediately look at the ATR and set the stop loss to double the ATR. It's first and foremost, first thing I do.
Okay.
Then after that, I will go look at for the take profit, and I'll either look for a baseline, a support baseline, and put it just above it.
Yeah.
Or I'll see where the next point, because so basically I'm just looking for the right area to get in, and it's working out. And my internet here on this just kind of popped out. So you can still hear me from my phone, but you might not be able to see me for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely hear you fine. So that's good. But I am not. You look like you're just staring off into the distance. At the average that appears to be Mr. Moynihan.
Yeah. Yep. It's all good. But no, I mean, 10 out of 12 is just obviously building confidence, and I've mirrored the obvious trades on my son's account, and he's won every one. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm looking right now. So I'm on Euro USD, and like I said, I haven't charted anything because I was doing other stuff, and I do have we've got another meeting that starts in about 26 minutes, so I want to make sure we get into a little bit of the charts here today. And I'll tell you, we did miss you yesterday. You're some of those Mike-isms,
Yes.
So let me go to my Euro USD, and let's chart this puppy up, and let's look at what you're looking at.
Yeah, chart it on the hour, and then I'm doing entries on the 30, but I'm looking at the hour as my base for everything I'm doing. And that I've had a lot of success doing that with gold and with Euro USD, and that's per Donny.
Okay. Well, let's look at this. So we've got one demand zone right here. And again, you know, we talked about zones yesterday, but I'm looking at this. We've got a zone here that was a sell. And then next thing you know, it went up by more than twice what this was. So we know we have a demand zone. Let's look. We have
Correct. And also just below that to the left at the 200, you have a support line and low right there. So
Yep.
I do an alt J on that. So it starts right at that point.
Yep.
Yep. And then I'll mark it as a support and base, but whatever. Those are the two bottom lines I have there. And then if
So-
you go slightly
this-
to the,
Which one were you talking about?
that one where you are right there, I marked that as support and low.
Got it. Got it. You know what?
And it's just so I have that if something was to break through the back wall, that's my next expected. That's my next area that I would target for if it bounced back to either get in or expected. Now I'd expect it to get out at the 200 because it's slightly above it.
Yep.
But that's why I earmarked that. And then if you go slightly to the left, you see another demand zone right there.
Right over here.
Above, up.
This one?
Yep, that was a demand zone that has now been flipped to a support zone.
Excellent. Excellent. I will mark that. So it was here, but because it was when the market was up here, this was a demand zone. Now it's a supply zone.
Yep, and if it gets broken one more time, it's out.
It's out. It's gone. And so we've got some highs, but let's see here.
You got the 66 right above it.
Yeah, look at that.
And then, I mean, it matters, but that high right there on that bullish candle.
This one right here.
Yep. So we can mark that as a high and support line, but it's also dead smack in the middle of another supply zone off to the left.
I see it. Wow, huge. Look at that red candle coming down.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's how I have it marked. There's other stuff I have above that, but it really doesn't matter for right now. This is where I'm living today. So I woke up this morning and had some technical difficulties where my computer was inaccessible because I'm out of country with certain things I was doing for work. So I was dealing with that, and then I jumped on, and the internet's good. It's just a little bit slower than I'm used to. So I jumped in and missed that bullish spike, but I got in at the top of that bearish correction.
So you got in here and came down.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And then I got out once it hit the top wall of the demand zone.
Nice. Very good.
Yep.
I'm looking. I put an alarm here where you can see or alert. I like to take these off the back wall. Now, it didn't hit the back wall last time, but it pierced the back wall several times. The back wall held on this bearish candle.
Yep.
And now it's certainly above the front wall here. But so I'm watching, and I probably won't wait until it hits the back wall, although that's my preference. I'll probably wait until it gets to my alert.
Yep.
Because it seems to be trending up. If I'm looking at a trend line here, at least from if I was looking at wicks, anyways.
Yep.
So.
And you can also see if you look off to your left, the 20 is held strong except for the last two candles.
Yeah, it has.
Right.
So what is that in pips? So if I got it here, let's say, let's take it down from here. So that's only 6 pips.
Which one? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a small trade.
Right. So that's where I'm not expecting it to hit. I'm expecting it to kind of respect the 66 rather than the 20 just because it has over the last two candles. But I also understand that could change. So if I'm getting in on that, I'm expecting it to blast through the 20 again, because it just hasn't seemed to not respect it, but it hasn't seemed to like to use it as a support line for the last 2 candles. So I'm assuming this third one won't. But if it does, then I'd take my 6 pips and probably get out, because that's just not worth it, and then focus on something else.
Right, exactly. Well, and I'm looking at this too, because like you said, this support zone has been pierced twice.
Right, and you can see the 66. It's not going through the 66 yet.
Right. It did once. It went up.
Yeah,
to
and
but
yeah, it isn't. It is not closing above the 66. It did quickly spike through it, but
but I'd take one of those spikes up. I'd be good with that.
yeah, that's what happened when I first got out earlier on my trade. I was like, I looked over at the candle. I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm out. And I'm like, I'm out, good, right? And I took a look at it, and it had just spiked down, and then it came back up, and then ended up closing where I wanted it. But
I'll take it. It says
I will. I'll take an early exit. That gives me my money. That's good.
Beautiful. So I'm sitting here. I'm just being patient because I want to see it come down into the zone, and like I said, down where I've got my entry mark. But and ironically, wow, I'm just looking. I didn't catch that before, but so Einstein called an entry here. Now this was hours ago. This was back, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, folks, you can trade this all night long, except for Friday nights, right? The market closes Friday at what, 5 o'clock?
5 p.m. sharp. Yep, Eastern.
And, yeah, sharp. So if you're in a trade, you want to be out of the trade before it closes, because what happens over the weekend, who knows? And as far as fundamentals and stuff like that.
And just so you guys know, we've talked about it before, but if you haven't heard us say it, even if you have a stop loss set and the weekend happens and it opens up above your stop loss, that's your loss wherever it opens up at, because it didn't go through your stop loss. It was shut down and then it reopened, and when it reopened, it was above it. So you could have a big loss, you could have a big gain, but I'm yet to wake up to the big gain, although I wouldn't mind one. But now I'm just staying away from it, and I'm out on Friday by about 4:55 at the latest.
Yep. Yeah, that was me last Friday, like I told you. I just did not want to get stuck, as they say.
Gold also has the 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, where you'll see it not traded.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. So I'm on the 30 right now.
Yeah.
Watching it. Now 30's got the 20 down here, right at my front wall. And what's happening here with Jerome? So yeah, interesting. Just watching what's going on. But all of these are interesting because they're always, they're moving. Did we catch any news earlier today? Was there anything that came out that would move the markets that we need to be thinking about?
Positive U.S. data came out this morning.
Okay.
See if I can pull it up quick. Again, I'm a little bit slower on my internet, but if you go to Forex Factory, you'll see. I think it was 4 positive U.S.
I'll bring that over.
Perfect.
I didn't see anything that I thought was going to really move anything.
Yeah. I didn't see anything that was like earth-shattering, but positive news.
So let's see. Yeah, so we had core CPI, exact what was anticipated. CPI month over month was 0.1% lower than anticipated, and year over year, again 0.1% less than what was forecast or anticipated. So yeah, definitely positive, but with inflation lower, that's positive there. It's not as good for gold,
right?
But for the market itself, it's good. So yeah, I don't see anything else here, and I'm looking. That's it. There's not a whole lot of news today.
No.
These are red folders, so these can have a significant impact, especially if the numbers are very different. But they're not very different. They're just either the same or a little bit better.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's go back to. So thank you for sharing that. I just wanted to bring this back over to the chart, and I'm just watching the chart. Really, I don't even have to watch it because I've got my alert there. That's where I want to get in. What are your thoughts, Mike? Would you get in any other place?
I'd be looking for entries. Right now, it's heading down, so I'd be looking to enter at the back wall. If you go back to the 1 hour for a second, actually, or just scroll down. Just scroll down lower on the 30. That'd be fine. There you go. So I'd be looking to enter at the back wall, at that base right below the back wall. Off to the left, you see those two candles up a little bit higher, right there. I'd consider that. Any other place would be the other support line down. So right then and there too, we kind of have a liquidity zone. So that's a baseline right there where the entry line is. Down. That's a base. That's a small base, and then right below it, we have another base right there. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was right where Einstein suggested.
Yep. So that would probably be my net. Depending on how eager I was. If I'm being fully patient, I am waiting till if it hits the back wall, and then I'm going to look to see what it does. If it continues down the back wall, I'm going to wait for it to either hit that support line and base right there, because that's a liquidity zone between that support line base right then and there. That area where your cursor is right now, that is a liquidity zone in between those two lines.
Yep.
So that is where everyone's going to clean up. So I would look to possibly get in at either the back wall there or the front wall there, or even somewhere in the middle. Let them clean up a little bit and then get in.
Yeah.
But that's if I'm being. I mean, if honestly, if I'm doing it right, that's probably what I would do. I need to look at the back wall of the demand zone or that, and that would have to be one of my two areas.
Yeah. Yeah, and that both of those make sense. This, first of all, the back wall takes a little bit of patience, especially when you're looking at where the candles are. Let me just take Einstein off for a second here, just to get rid of some of that noise. So I hit my alert. I take down Einstein, and boom, there goes the alert. So let's see where this is going. And it's still.
But here's what I'd go to a lower time frame, like a 5 minute or 3 minute, and I want to see what it does when it hits that back wall, possibly even the 1. Does it start to immediately turn around?
Yeah, it did.
All right, and let's see. Does it push back and keep on going through, or is it going to come up? If it starts to spike up through the demand zone, then I would consider, yeah, it's going down. So I'd either wait to see what it does right here.
Yeah, this next candle. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to buy it now, even if we believe it's going up, if it's going to go down further. You might
Right,
as well
and that's
right
and that's
up.
why I hopped to the 1 minute on this, but to make that decision. To see right now, I can see it's heading back down, so I'm just going to wait it out for a minute just to see what it does.
Yep, agreed.
Right.
And then,
Yes,
I actually have to get ready to get in this trade.
I am ready to get into it. So I do have, I've got a meeting in 12 minutes, so I know I'm not.
Yep.
Once I get in, I'm going to set my stop loss.
Yep.
Set my and we got. Let's see what we get for an RSI on this, anyways. Let me put that back in here.
What time frame, Ellen? Well, yeah, so it's at that back wall. It's pulling back a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it. Yeah. Even if it pulls back, I'm still good with getting in right there. And I know that MetaTrader pop. You're in.
I'm in. Yeah, I was watching. I wanted to know where it was going to go. I didn't want to just write it down. That's no fun, unless I took a sell. Then I'm okay with it down, right?
Mhm.
Right, and this is what's changed for me. Is before I would have been waited and waited and waited just to make sure it didn't drop even more, which it might do. But I'm also confident at this entry point that even if it goes down, it's going to spike right back up. So I'm still going to profit off this.
Yep.
But now if I'm setting my stop loss, it's literally, what's it? 1-1. If I'm on, what time frame are you on? The 30 or the 1 hour?
I'm on the
30.
1 hour on my trade.
Okay, so we got 0.00113. So 0.00113 is 0.00226. So then I just, if somebody doesn't know, if someone's not good at math, don't worry about it. Just literally, this is what I will do. If someone's not good at math, here is my basic approach. Go to a calculator on your computer or on your phone or at your desk, wherever you have it. And then I will go to enter 0.00113 because that's the ATR.
Right.
Yep.
Then I'll do times 2. Now, because this is a buy, I know that's 0.00226. So now I'll enter that time that my price, which is listed here, that I entered at, and I entered at 1.18579, and I'll do minus. Actually, I have to correct that because I messed up my decimal. 1.18579 minus 0.00226. So that gives me 1.18353. So that is my stop loss.
What did you have as your stop loss? I'm sorry.
1.18353.
Okay, that's even lower than mine. Yep.
Yep, because I'm just doubling the ATR. I'm just keeping it basic, and I've been doing very well with that approach so far. For the past week. So it's the old phrase. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It's pretty much my approach here. Now, now my question is, I'm gonna set my take profit at the baseline of those 2 candles.
At the okay, hold on for 1 second here.
Yeah.
Why is that? Okay, now I see. I'm just trying to get rid of that alert at this point.
Yep.
Okay. So you're talking about at the base of those 2 candles.
High. Yep.
So you're talking up here.
Yep. That's where I'm going to set my take profit, and I'll watch it. And if it does something sooner, I will consider.
So this is where I set mine.
Okay. I'm at the same thing. I'm just right at the base on that red candle is where I'm going. So my take profit is going to be basically 1.18738.
Yeah, I'm at 18730. So,
Yep.
Pretty close.
But that's good. I mean, we just both independently have pretty much the same exact thing.
Yep.
Like we're off by like 8 thousandths of a decimal point.
Yep. And it did drop down for the folks watching this, right? It did drop down a little bit where we were in the negative. And I just had popped in a positive. So it's like right there now, but now we'll just ride it up. That's all.
Yep. And it hit that baseline that we talked about just behind the back wall.
Yep.
That was a potential entry point.
Exactly.
So, and then once this one comes up, I'm going to see, is it going to come back down, or does it have the potential to ride down to the 200?
Which is a substantial drop.
Right. And I'm not expecting it to. I'm just going to be like, when I set my take profit, I'm going to set up an alert just before the take profit because I want to watch and see the momentum and look at the RSI and the spike. Like we have like pretty much on the 1 hour, that's pretty much a V correction we had at like 8 a.m.
Yeah. Now, one thing I just noticed in this, and I didn't catch it before, they're pretty close. Not exact, but pretty close. But we had an engulfing candle here.
We did.
So that should indicate that the candle would close down.
It could go down. Yep.
Yeah. But our stop losses are in good shape. So we should be able to, if that does happen, which is not a guarantee, but if it does happen, then we'll still have the ability to ride it back up.
Yep. And also because this is on the 1 hour time frame. So it could easily ride up to that old demand zone, which is that gone now? Let's see. Hold on. How many times has it been broken? No, it still exists as a support zone now.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
So if it was to turn around there, I would consider possibly exiting if it goes up to that back wall and then comes out of it, starts heading back down. I would consider getting out of it there and then seeing where it goes back down, because that engulfing candle, it just has to finish below it in some point in the next. Oh, actually, that's 4 minutes. I didn't realize we're that short on the time. So
Yeah.
correct.
Right.
Yep.
So that's what you were saying. So I didn't catch up with you there. I'll let you know.
So, but I was not, we've got this support line here
Yeah.
that I think is going to hold. I mean, yeah, we do have 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so we've got plenty of room here anyways, and then to take it back up. So yeah, we'll see how this closes, but usually after you have an engulfing candle that goes down, the falling candle, the next candle is going up, or it's going in the opposite direction. So,
and just being fully transparent, if this wasn't Euro USD, if this was gold, which fluctuates a lot more, my stop loss would have been set just behind the 200, right at that support line.
Yep.
Because that just moves a lot quicker and could have a much bigger negative implication.
Yes, it can. I've done well with gold, and I've done very poorly with gold.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a 200, 300 pip spike in seconds.
It's crazy. Yeah.
And that's why here. Sorry, what were we saying?
No, I'm just saying it's fun if you're catching the spike in the right direction. That's all.
Oh, it's a blast, because you're almost like an old school like 90s rap video. You're like, go, 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 like cheering it on. It's like, but bottom line here is Euro USD is the most popular traded pair. The reason being the spread is pretty consistent at 0.8, which it is right now.
Yeah.
The movement is not, it's not terribly slow, but it's not terribly fast either. And it's pretty predictable overall.
Yeah.
And it's very reliant on the fundamentals, and we have access to that information, to the news. So yeah, now we're just riding the technicals because there's no other real news for the day. So it is in consolidation right now. So if we were really trading it hard, we'd be trading highs and lows. But this is we got a couple of strong zones we're taking a look at. So
yeah. No, agreed. And we say that there's no news. Now that it did break through this first one, we'll see what happens with the second one. But we are 221. So there's always a push in one direction or the other just before close. It's funny, but you can see a spike in one direction or the other every time before close. So the buyers are getting in, they're getting out, whatever it is.
And we're in that liquidity zone.
Yeah.
Like it's almost in the liquidity zone. It's almost right there. Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it hits that and then just we're in the 1 hour liquidity zone. Yeah.
No, good stuff. So hey, folks, this is it for today. Sorry for the little technical glitches on the stream earlier today, but we will we'll be back on Monday. Hopefully, all streams will be live and working as they should, and we'll let you know how this trade worked out. And remember, we never provide financial advice. We're only providing documentation of how we're doing, right? Things we're learning, things we're making mistakes on, right? And this is interesting because right now this is moving towards the 200.
Yep.
Pretty close to the 200. So you can't see the 200 here. Oh yeah.
You have the 200 and you have the support line right below it. So that's likely going to be the point where it turns.
Yep. And that was what we were hoping to, not to this drawdown, because we're both in drawdown at this point.
Yep.
We were hoping to have it turn up here, and so we didn't lose any of this time. But it's one of those things that does happen.
Yeah, but the two mistakes made was number one, we both missed the engulfing candle, which we both shouldn't have, all three of us shouldn't have at this point in time. We've done it enough. And then we also, I mean, the ideal point was waiting to see if it went back to the 200. I mean, and we just got in a little bit early, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And there it goes. It just touched it. Let's see. Gave the 200 a kiss and it's pulling back. And also, you caught the time zone, the time on the expiring candle. I missed it. So good job to you. Bad job by me. 4 seconds.
Well, we both caught different things. So
Yeah.
But hey, it's
The diplomat.
works out.
The diplomat.
But this is what we're talking about. We're learning, right? So we told you all we're learning what we're doing. So this will not be financial advice. We're not giving you direction here, but we wanted to document our journey. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Join us for this quest, by the way, folks, q2am.com. And we'll see you Monday morning on the next stream, or hey, on recording in our podcast on Spotify. Hey, take care all. Enjoy.
Excellent.
Let me move this here.
Mike, you still there?
Hold on for 1 second, and want to make sure the
Yep.
stream is stopped.